So we're going to give you a review video on this Syma drone. It's an X5UW, is it? X5UW, and you'll see it has a little camera underneath, so it does FPV. So you can fly this just with your, like with your iPhone or an iPod or iPad or anything like that, or you can fly it with a remote that comes with it. This is a really, really good drone. We've got it here in some open space, and so you can see it has auto land, but just well balanced, and it's just a really good little drone. Don't recommend taking this out in wind. Can you go up? I can't see it for the contrast. There we go. Up there with the moon, there's a shot. Really good control, really good flying. We've really enjoyed this drone. We did struggle with it a bit. We were in too small a space to start off with. Here's the controller, and there you go, the FPV is on. So you're actually getting a vision. He's driving it through the iPod, you can see with the thumbs. And so there's us in the camera. So the FPV feed comes through. This is connected via Wi-Fi. Comes through and you get to see what the camera's seeing. So we are really happy with this drone. We've had it for probably 6 months now, and it's going well. So that's one Syma drone that has done really good. It has its moments. It has flown off at different times. It flew off into a house at one point, and that actually helped a little bit, having a bit of a crash into a house. But right at my feet. Off into the sun, whoops. But a good stable drone. So if this is one you're considering, I'd say really good. I've got an X8 Syma drone, and mine is not as stable in this. The same in wind, it struggles. But this one, with its auto land, with its FPV and a few different features, really is a brilliant drone. Certainly for a beginner, it's wonderful. Really, really well priced, and really, really excellent drone. So we're going to show you a couple of the features that we've got here. Firstly is flight path. You can actually draw a flight path on the iPad. Here's the drone right there. You can draw a flight path on the iPad and it will follow it. See it there? You can see it tracking around the circle. And did it do it?
No.
No. It's a Syma toy grade. It's not a professional drone. There are some things that it doesn't do every time. Certainly doesn't return to home. Here we go. You want to try that again? Okay, so now he's using, instead of driving it with his thumbs, he's driving it with the iPad to make it come and go and move around. So it's mimicking those features. Another thing it'll do. And how about just, yeah, that's working. Is that as accurate as driving it with your thumbs or less?
Less.
So it'll map. You can draw a little map out for it, which it'll follow. And one last thing we want to show you is the good old 360-degree flip. Okay, so we're all set up now for a demo of the 360-degree flip. And take him off. Check that out. I'll take it off zoom. Yeah, that's always fun. People are very impressed when you can do that. Bring him in closer. Give me a flip. Wow. Very cool. So you got the FPV on. So why don't you turn it around and have a look at the sunset? Because we've got a sunset here from ground level, but there's nothing like seeing a sunset from drone level. You're drifting backwards. There we go. I can see the sunset in the screen. There we go. How high are we? That's taking the picture from up there, which was the ground for perspective. That's pretty high. So there's the sunset from up at drone level. You want to take him a bit higher? Is that safe? Oh, he's hovering nicely. When there's no wind, this Syma drone does hover. My X8 will not do that ever. That's hovering, well, it's drifting backwards now, so that's really hovering quite well. Oh, and then the flashing lights let you know the battery's getting low. Is that bringing him in by itself? Yeah.
I didn't do anything then.
That's what happens. It comes in by itself when the battery runs flat. So time for a new battery. So there you go. Highly recommend this drone. Looks fantastic. It's got really, really wonderful lines. It's robust. It's been crashed into houses. It's been crashed all over. Couldn't recommend it highly enough. Great beginner drone. Great for a kid. Great for an adult. Just a good option. This sort of thing you're going to pay, you know, probably around $60, $70 now. If you want to get a professional drone, what we believe is the best professional level drone is the DJI Spark. A little hover, has GPS navigation. If the drone goes up really, really high and you lose it, you can always hit a come back to home. It'll come back to where you were. But they are starting at $500 or $600. So at $60, this is a really good option.